Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, you've chosen on a Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck to have as your study deck, plus a deck that you can use sort of straight out of the box. For example, one of the decks by Radley Valentine, maybe you choose a deck by Jane Wallace or any of those other decks that have keywords on them. Lots of Rider-Waite-Smith decks that actually have keywords on them as well. But what you want to do is start comparing sort of the meanings. Oops, forgot the full in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's grab the full. I knew there was a card that I missed. Here it is, the Dreamer, in this one here. So you're going through and you're having a look, so you know what the keywords are on here. So you know that you can apply those keywords to these cards. So it's just a way, just choose one of the keywords here that you could use. Maybe you're going to use the Dreamer. Maybe you'll use leap faith, follow your dreams and unexpected opportunities. You know that it's new beginnings from the guidebook. Just whatever you feel drawn to apply to this card here. So go through and do that for each of the cards. Just going through, having a look at the deck that has the keywords on it, plus the Rider-Waite-Smith deck that may not, or it could be a different tarot deck you've got that you've decided you like the artwork with, and you can just go through and look and compare the keywords and just sort of get you an idea and a feel for the cards, so you can sort of see similarities and differences. Just a great way to sort of start to learn the deck, just really slowly going through. Now you're just looking, you're not trying to memorize, you're not trying to remember, you're just looking at the cards. You're just comparing the Rider-Waite-Smith with maybe an angel deck or an animal deck or a fairy deck from Radley Valentine, or a different type of tarot deck from Jane Wallace. Anything that has sort of keywords and things on it. Maybe you're looking at a different Rider-Waite-Smith type deck that's got keywords and things on it, just to sort of compare and just sort of get your mind about through it. So you're just having a look at the different titles that they're using, like balance instead of temperance. You've got release instead of death. You've got ego instead of the devil. So you're just looking life experience instead of tower. Okay, the star's the same, of course. The moon's the same. Then you've got the sun, which is the same. And you've got judgment. You've got renewal. And the world is the same. So you just go through and having a look at the major arcana. You're not going through the minor arcana just yet. Just take your time, having a look, spending your time. Do some readings with this deck and get to know it, and just look at this deck, just have it on side. You're just learning from it. It's your study deck. You're not doing much, you're not reading with it or anything like that. You're just going to start with the major arcana just to start with. And so you can shuffle the major arcana up, pull out the card, and so you can read what this says straight away. Release. Okay, it's Archangel Azrael. The book will tell you a bit more about that. It's the end of a phase or a situation. So you know that 13, okay, is so you have a look and think, now what is the title in the Rider-Waite-Smith? Okay, the title is Death. Okay, so you're going to grab out the Death card and you're going to have a look at that again, and you're just having a look. Okay, so this one talks about the end of a phase or a situation, spiritual transformation, and a time to move on. Okay, it's time to move on. Okay, it's the end of a phase or situation, talking about a sense of spiritual transformation. So transformation, changes, time to move on. So it just gives you that idea of what that card means. So you're just going through and you're just going to keep on doing that, keep on practicing with the major arcana. That's to begin with. That's the start of the journey. Okay, just one little thing to start with is just learning the basic cards. You're not trying to do too much. You're not trying to learn it all in one go. You're just sort of starting to look at the major arcana to start with. This could be just, you could do this in many ways. You can break it up and just do the first 6 cards. You go through and just learn. So you could learn just the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the Chariot. Learn those cards to start with. Don't go too complicated. Don't get too bogged down by it all. You're just starting with the first cards, the 0, the Fool, and the first 7 cards in the first session. Don't try and learn too much. You're not trying to do too much. You're just trying a little bit at a time. Just take your time. These are some ideas, some suggestions. So you could do like I did with the different, the 2 different decks, or take out the one deck and just learn those few cards. Look at the description. Look at what you see. This is, you're not trying to learn too much. You're not trying to learn it all in one go. You don't want to learn every single keyword all the time. You're not trying to memorize it. You're just looking at the imagery. You're looking at it. How does it make you feel? What do you actually see? You see a youth here. He's got a dog. He's got the sun shining above him. He's carrying a knapsack. He's got a white rose in his hand. He's standing on the edge of a cliff. There's a mountain, a snowy mountain in the background. Just having a look here. He's got orange in on his robe. It looks like he's got some orange flowers or something on there. He's got a feather in his cap. It's a 0. So, you know, where's he stepping? You know, what's going on with him? You know, tell a story about what the Fool was doing. And then you're looking at the Magician, and you're looking at, and you see that he's got one arm up, one arm down. Seems to be sort of in a ritual of some sort, as above so below. He's got his tools there. He's got his wand in his hand. He's got a sword, a cup, and a disc here. There's flowers underneath him. There's flowers above him. He's got a yellow background. He's got a red robe with a white headband and white tunic of some sort. So I've got a table here. So tell a story. What do you think about the Magician? What do you think he's telling us? Then you look at the High Priestess. She's got a horned hat of some sort. She's got this long flowing cloak around her robe. Got a cross on the front. There's a scroll here. There's a moon here. There's there's fruit behind them. Name of the fruit. Got 2 pillars with B and J on it. So find out what they mean. Lots of information on that. Black and white. Maybe dark grey, light grey. Black and light grey. What would you like to see there? She's sitting down. So what does the High Priestess say to you? Then you look at the Empress, describing her. There's this woman here. She's got a something in her hand, a spectre in her hand, a scepter in her hand. There's a shield down here with a Venus sign here. She's sitting in a chair that's outdoorsy. You know, what does the Empress say to you? Here you've got the Emperor. You've got this older, mature man. He seems like a ruler, an emperor of some sort. He's got the rams and the chair on the throne, stone throne. He's holding a scepter there. He looks like he's got a knight in some way, maybe. So there's lots of things that you could talk about in there. Then you've got the Hierophant, so you're talking about someone who's clergy or religious. teaching, maybe. He's got some people in front of him. There's some keys down there. He's sitting between two pillars on a throne of some sort. Then you've got the lovers here. You've got a man and a woman. So it's like yin and yang energy. There's mountain in the background. There's some trees. There's a serpent there. There's an archangel above with the sun standing on grass or outdoorsy. It looks like the Garden of Eden type energy. And then you've got the chariot here, so you're looking at this charioteer or this person sitting here. Doesn't the Sphinx is sitting down instead of moving, so it seems very still. So they're not quite ready to move yet. There's stars and moons up there. There's castles behind. There's houses behind in some way. Maybe there's it's outdoor, of course. There's some wings here. There's a shield there. So what does the chariot say to you in the meaning? So that's sort of a starting point. Okay, we're just starting. These are some different suggestions that you could try, you can learn, just starting to sort of get an understanding of tarot. Not trying to be too complicated, not trying to get too much involved. Like I said, you've chosen either to go with a deck that's got keywords on it, okay, which is going to be nice and easy to start with straight out of the box, or you're going to have a deck like the Rider-Waite-Smith type in imagery that you're going to have to do a little bit of work with. It's got no keywords, it's just got the titles. So you're just going to have to do a little bit of study with the deck to try and work out what the meanings are, what to sort of learn the system in some way. You know, tell a story about what the images tell you and write up your own reference in your own journal, whether that's in a book, an exercise book, a hardcover book, whether it's a specific tarot journal, workbook type thing, or whether it's online on your computer in a document, or whether it's actually online in the cloud. Totally up to you how you choose to write up the initial thoughts about the cards. What are your thoughts about each image? What do you see? What are the characters doing? Tell a bit of a story about the cards. Just to start off with. I'm not trying to get too complicated at this stage. You're just trying to stick to the basics and looking at the imagery, saying how you feel, what you think it could mean. Maybe a keyword from the Angel Tarot sort of stands out for you. Something in the imagery might stand out for you as you start to have a look. So really keep it as simple as possible. Don't get too complicated. Just want to start off with real basics in the learning of the tarot. So that's the first thing you need to do, is just choose, I think, the first lot of cards and just go through them. That's enough for today. Okay, it's going to take you a little bit of time looking at the imagery, going through, having a little bit of going through, and then just choosing the first cards to write down your own thoughts, etc. So just take your time just to start off with, and that's it, enough for today. So that's it. Don't forget to check the links down below, check the links on your channel, like, subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded.